Welcome back. This is One Piece live reaction, manga chapter 1175. So I just pulled up the chapter so we can go ahead and get started. From what I've without looking at any spoilers, this is looking like it's to be a very good chapter. Like from what I've without really trying to not watch anybody's videos or nothing. But just getting a lot of notifications across here about it. It seems like that was a pretty interesting chat. Well, I don't want to say interesting, but it sounds like it's a good chapter. So let's get started and see what's in store for us this week. All right. So I'm opening up the page here, and we have the page of hold on. Sorry, I got some bad pop-ups here. Give me a second. I gotta close these down. Okay, I got the page open. Okay, let's go ahead and start reading the first page here. Okay, we got the chapter. We got One Piece 1175. The chapter is Nidhogg. I'm sorry, Nidhogg. And we have a cover page with, it looks like, it's Sabo and Koala, and she's with a bunch of little koalas. The koalas are eating, I guess, these plantains or leaves or whatever they are on the table, and Koala's sitting here like this next to him looking at Sabo, and Sabo's kind of like this with his hat, his famous top hat and goggles, sitting back there chilling out with them. Sabo getting swarmed by koala joeys. Yeah, that's quite that's kind of a nice cover spread page, because I like it when Oda puts these animals in here, because One Piece has very unique animal characters, even though some of these characters are excuse me, some of these animals are actually in real life, like these koalas. Okay, we're gonna get on the very first chapter here. And I see a leg pulling up. It looks like a flame leg. That's got to be Sanji. I'm guessing, because he's the only one that does this type of move. He's got his flame foot. Foosh. The captured straw hats are okay, and I was right. There he is. There's Sanji. It looks like he's using a. It doesn't look like it's a named attack. He's just using a no named John by Junpei flame on his foot, and I see Robin standing next to him, and it looks like he's breaking the thorns that she was entangled in when she was trying to battle Summers way back in the earlier part of the arc now, prior to the flashback. Okay, I'm gonna get on the very first chat panel down here. Let's read a little more. Robin, thank goodness. Okay, this is Sanji speaking, because I remember last chapter Sanji appeared to them, but he was kind of off panel. We didn't see him, and now we're seeing him with the dialogue. Robin, thank goodness. Thanks. That's our Sanji. I'm trying to read if this is Jinbei speaking here, or whoever. So those vines are weaker to higher temperatures. Much abide. Come on. I mean, I'm not trying to beat on Jinbei, but I think he could have at least broken those if with some kind of fishman karate technique or his armament hockey at least. I mean, I understand the story plot and all that, but Jinbei could have done something at least. I mean, he's capable. He's a hockey user that could have. I think he could have broken them free out of all the Straw Hats that were captured here. But anyhow, enough of that. Let me continue reading. Okay, Robin speaking here. I'm afraid that there's no time to celebrate. And Sanji says, yeah, and there's Usopp looking. I understand the fan base and the frustration of why Usopp is not getting shined at all. I understand the frustration, but I think that we need to just wait upon the story and see where it's going, because I believe he's going to get his moment to shine. We just got to give him a chance. I mean, we may be a little impatient because we've come so far into this arc, but I think he's going to get his moment at some point. And he's going to be a brave warrior of the sea, because we've had that depicted way back in the beginning of the series when we first met Usopp, or were first introduced to him, and he joined the crew, and we got his backstory way back in dang, I'm trying to remember the name of that arc back in like the East Blue Saga. But anyhow, okay, Sanji is complimenting, saying, "Yeah, this hockey and that roar just now. Oh, okay. So Sanji's sensing the hockey. That must be he must be sensing it coming off of Loki and Luffy, because I remember in the last chapter they were coming up from the underworld and they rescued all the parents and their children. They were falling off the cliff. I wonder if that's what he's referring to. I'm gonna scroll down here. What is that massive shadow? And I'm guessing he's asking what. Yeah, he's referring to whatever the giant figures we know that are coming from Killingham's powers. These giant dream monster creatures in the West Village. Okay. Okay, so it looks like they got dropped off. Okay, so they got dropped off by uh I guess Loki and Luffy, because they landed on them. West Village, Ripley, oh my rodeo. Our folks need help. They were stabbed by our thorns. Mommy's going to die. Okay, the children are still wrapped in the thorns from Summer's ability. And I guess they're talking. Okay, the giants are speaking to Loki. Loki, the village isn't safe. Take the kids somewhere less danger. Okay, so they're dropping them off right in the middle of the chaos of what's going on with the possessed giants, and where they are, right where West Village is, because that's where Jarul and the rest of the other are, where they're at. Okay, and now Loki's speaking in his dragon form. Not my problem. I'm just putting a little voice because he's speaking in a dragon. Not my problem. They went and jumped on my back. I'm dropping them off. Hold on a second. I need to zoom in because this panel is kind of big that I'm zooming upon. Let me hold on. Let me zoom in on my screen here. Because I can't read the font. It's a little bit too small for my vision. And I'm sorry, this website's got a lot of pop-ups on this particular site to read this manga chapter. Because that's what happened to me when I very first pulled it up. I had to hit the X button on all these advertisements or pop-up ads or whatever they are. Okay, let me scroll where I was reading. Okay, he says that he's dropping him off. All of you climb now down. People of Elbath, the children are safe. And then, okay, we got Nami, Robin, and Jimbei, and the rest of the giants. They said, thank goodness there are no more hostages to worry about. And the giants are cheering, all right. And then, oh, shoot, I missed a little box over here. I'm sorry. I didn't even see this part. I kind of looked right over it on the corner up here. Yeah, Luffy and Ragnar the squirrel are standing on top of the head of Loki, and Luffy's pointing out, "Hey, it's Zoro. Hey, okay." So he's talking to Zoro. Okay, Zoro must have dodged Brogy and Broggy's attack, like I said, because I didn't see him getting hit by that. So Luffy must be seeing him from the top of Loki's head, where they're sitting here at the village. Okay. I'm scrolling down. Okay, I see Zoro. He's standing on top of the building here, and now, oh, there's Luffy. Luffy's like, with his hand like this to Zoro with Ragnar the squirrel. You guys took your sweet time. Okay, hold on. Yup. Okay, you guys took your sweet time. Don't tell me that dragon is. Yup, it's Loki. This place should be safe with you here. Okay, Zoro's responding to him. Yeah, that's no problem. Since you're already gone giant mode, can you guys take care of those dream monsters? Elbath won't last long if we leave them be. On it. Dot dot. Okay, so Zoro's actually right. Since Luffy has the capability, he's recognizing his capability of his giant form since he's already in it, and Loki's with them in his dragon form. Um, to go handle the big giant monsters, that would make sense for Luffy and them to take care of the big game here that we're dealing with. I wonder what the Holy Knights are doing because I know Summer's got Summers was in complete shock. The last well, he had such a face. He was maniacally laughing, and then it went to complete utter shock. The last chapter. He's probably gonna have to appear at some point. I'm scrolling through the panels and reading more. They came raining down out of nowhere. These things are. It's more thorns. Get the children inside quick. Give up already, you dumbasses. Oh, it is. That's got to be Summers. It is Summers. Okay, because I'm seeing him as I'm pulling down to the panel here. That creep's still after us. Okay, the giant parents and their siblings are all responding to him, and Summers is yelling at them. I ain't gonna let any of you trash heaps survive. You cheated me out of that touching moment. Oh man, he's probably livid. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I had a little bit of a burp there. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to read where I need to go with the panel here. Okay, the children are in distress because they still have the thorns on them. They're saved, but they still got the thorns all wrapped around them. I won't let you. This time I'm gonna save mom and the rest. Me too. Me three. All the kids are crying, standing in front of them, and Summers is just like this. And I guessing he's lifting up with his whatever his three-headed vine-looking thing monster of his power, his vine powers, and then I see Luffy here kind of looking. It looks like he's looking what's going on over here. He sees Summers. Okay, he's looking at Summers dead on. I guess because he was going to go handle the monsters. They stopped, or he stopped on Loki's back because Loki's so large as it is. Actually, this might be for the best since the brats were saved. I haven't failed the mission yet. I can still take them to the Holy Land as planned. But first, okay, I'm zooming down. Okay, there's Loki. I'm sorry, not Loki. Summers declaring, I'll finish off their dying parents. Taste my rapid firethorn laughter. And he's declaring, I'm gonna cry, you morons are priceless. I'll never forget the brave looks on your simple faces. Say goodbye now. Oh shoot, is he shooting some kind of large thorns at them? At this point, screw it. I don't even care about the mission anymore. I'm just grateful I get to kill you guys myself. Now who's going first? Oh shoot. And the children are just standing in front of their parents like prime targets. Man, Summers is just a sadistic menace. Man, I can't wait for whoever is going to do something here to jump in. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this. I mean, or one of the Straw Hats going to jump in and save the day here. Where's Sanji and is Sanji and Zoro going to jump in here or Luffy? I don't know. Let's see where we're going with this. Colon, please now. That's Ripley. That's Gabon's wife here. No, I'm gonna protect my mom. I'm gonna protect you, mommy. Struck. Okay, he's firing at them. Okay, I'm looking at the panel here. Okay. Oh, hey, just as I was expecting it, Zoro's already jumping in here and he's cutting he's slashing the thorns being shot at them like flying through and cutting them. Oh, look at that. Holy cow, Luffy's aiming at him like a man, Luffy's aiming at him like a sniper. Man, this is like some Usopp stuff. This is something Usopp ought to be doing. Luffy's locking onto him like this. Hold on, I'm trying to make the hand gesture with his hands. He's like locking onto them like a scope with crosshairs right on Summers' face. Summers is like, huh? Oh man, man, is Luffy? Man, Luffy's got to be going in for a punch. That's what I'm getting right here because he's launching at Summers. And Ripley's looking in shock, and Summers is like, "What? I don't know." His face is okay. Luffy's doing something here. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed this other panel right here in the bottom. Hold on. Let me reread this. Way to go, Zoro. I knew you had this in the bag. Nahaha. And okay, Summers is asking who did that. That's Zoro. Yeah, now go. Zoro, he's a member of my crew, and don't you forget it. Gum gum. Okay. Luffy. Man. Booming Dawn Thorn rifle. Oh, man. Freaking take that, Summers. Take that right in the face. Man, Summers, he deserves that. I'm sorry, but he does. Man, Luffy, man, I hope that hurt for Summers. I'm not trying to wish pain on somebody, but he deserves it for everything he's done. Man, he's just plain flat out just what he's done to women and children. It's kind of sickening. Burning Thorn rifle. Holy cow. Man, look at that panel. Freaking Luffy, the impact of the panels like freaking breaking Summers' teeth. Holy cow, and his eyes are popping out of his head. Man, Luffy must have he that's got to be some kind of hockey infused attack. And I wonder how Summers is going to come back from this. I don't want to say he's defeated yet in one punch, but there's got to be I wonder what he's going to do if he's even like hit up from this attack and regenerate from it because it is hockey infused, but is it hockey conquerors infused? I do see a little bit of lightning, or maybe that might be just an aftershock from the punch because of the impact. I can't really tell. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Let me let's read a little further down in the chapter here. The Straw Hats. Okay, they're seeing the Straw Hats are coming to the rescue. It came off. Mom, that's okay. Let me scroll up to the top here. The Warrior of Liberation. Okay. Like I said, like I said in the last chapter, we were going to see some reaction. And it looks like we are getting reaction because they're seeing Luffy in his god form. They're recognizing him as Nika. The Warrior of Revelation. I believe he's the one. He looks just like Nika. There we go. I finally get to see it Luffy Kun's white form. Did you say Nika? Poof, that's just a tall tale told to scare kids. Well, time to go. It's a real Nahog. Were we really saved by that? I guess they don't know that that's Loki. They're just recognizing the kind of creature that is. Because wait, I wonder if that's the name of the fruit because we still haven't even gotten. I mean, as far as I'm going down in the chapter so far, I haven't even seen the introduction of the box of the power of this fruit that Loki has. So I wonder if that's the name of the dragon. So it's got to be the name of the fruit if it's named after the because that's what the name of the title of the chapter is too. Um. Okay, let me scroll down here. It looks like we're getting is that's Loki, all right. This is the first time I've seen him like this too. Okay, this is Gabon talking. Okay, because Gabon's probably watching from afar. Okay, and then it looks like we're getting a flashback. Yeah, we're getting it looks like a flashback because it's how that scene kind of depicts itself when you're looking in a manga. You're reading the manga chapter or panels. It's flipping back to a flashback with him here, and he's thinking here. So you're saying Elbaf's national treasure? It's a forbidden devil fruit. Oh, there's the panel, and it's popping up right as I'm pulling down. The mystical dragon fruit. It is said, and this is Drill, I guess down here, and he's standing next to Shanks and Gabon. Whoever eats it can transform into the world's most colossal dragon. The size of the creature is relative to the individual size of whoever ate the fruit, of course. Think of it this way: a giant would would grow larger than a human undergoing the same transformation, and an ancient giant's growth is naturally even greater than that. They say this dragon breathes lightning, and when it flies, its jet black body can turn day into night. This combination is what brings out the devil fruit's true potential. Wait. So I want to go back over this a second because if an individual that eats if characters we know of that are dragons in One Piece, besides Loki, we knew that Kaido's really the only other character that has a dragon fruit. So we know that there's two devil fruits in this entire story or multiverse as far as we know of, and that's so far into the series um that have two dragon fruits. The one Kaido has and the one Loki has. So being that Loki's a giant, since he ate a fruit and we know he's of ancient giant descendants, so that's why it's Magatu's size. That's why his size is so much bigger than what Kaido's dragon form would be, because Kaido's not a giant. And that's why it's so doubled in size. So if an ordinary person, so if Kaido ate this, he would not. If Kaido ate the same fruit, that means he wouldn't be as massive as this because he's not a well. Is Kaido a giant? Because I don't remember that ever being confirmed in the story. That just coming to me. I mean, I know he's the he used to be considered the strongest creature in the world. I mean, I know from the flashbacks that we've had of Kaido, he was from the Vaka Kingdom, I believe. If I remember his flashback, Yeah, I mean, this is. I'm trying to remember the name of Kaido's fruit exactly. I think his is the. I think the. I know the English. I think it's the fish fruit model. Something AZ. If I remember correctly, AZURE dragon model, and it's a mystical Zoan, and we know. I believe Kaido's is a mystical Zoan too. When we're reading this in the chapter. I don't remember it ever being confirmed of whether Kaido was a giant in the story. It's just this is just coming to me because we're getting this reveal about the fruit coming into this flashback of the latest chapter we're just reading. I'm sorry if I'm kind of going off topic, but I'm just wondering. I mean, Kaido is a large creature, as large as it is. And this is kind of I don't know. This is just kind of opening up another kind of going down another hole here with all this. Let me get back into the chapter. That's quite a reveal of telling us about this fruit. So we're getting some kind of insight into this as Jorul's explaining. So yeah, at the same time, I don't want to put this on a power scaling between the two devil fruits and the users of Loki and Kaido, but this fruit to me seems to have a little bit more of a different kind of power compared to what Kaido's is. Like Kaido's is like a little dragon in power compared to this type of fruit, but I don't want to put a power scaling on that. I mean, and we're just getting a reveal into this fruit and we don't know its true 100% power because we're only seeing it's the form revealed in Loki not even truly using all of it unless it produces lightning and these little things we've seen so far. I mean, I'm not going to make that determination until we get a little bit more further and seeing what he can actually do with this fruit. Oh, and let's not forget too, Kaido doesn't have uh his club is not it doesn't have it it's not it doesn't it hasn't it's not like Ragnar. Ragnar is a devil fruit, which is actually a squirrel, but it has a power of its own compared to Kaido. Kaido's club is just a club, and he just uses hotkey on it. But anyhow, that's kind of a little bit of a area of we need to see a little bit more of his power before we can really I think we can really make a big jump with that. Okay, let me read a little further down here. Okay, so Shanks is talking here, or yeah, it's Shanks or Gabon. One of them is saying in the box here. So the fruit was forbidden and hidden due to its immense power. And then Joel's explaining in response, not quite. It's just been protected by the Hammer Guardian Ragnar. Yes, that's right, because Ragnar protected that treasure, and there was only a certain chosen somebody that he would let them eat the fruit. And we know it was Loki. Loki's the one that ended up taking it, and not Harold. I mean, and if we were to really, we know from the flashback, if Harold would have eaten this fruit, I think it would have changed the entire premises of the story and just in general because of what we're getting this reveal with this particular dragon power that we're seeing that Loki's displaying with this fruit and what it's doing. Okay, and Jewel's explaining to the two of them. Okay, let me see. Let me scroll right down here. It looks like we're getting some more. In Elbath, there is a legend about a god of war who fought with Ragnar. Okay, fought with Ragnar. It is said that he took the form of a giant dragon and he locked horns with the sun god. Okay, so this must be something in the ancient past that happened that he's explaining of Elbath's lore. He was accompanied by a loyal partner, the ice squirrel. Hold on, let me look this name up. Ratatoskr, the ice squirrel Ratatoskr. Man, this is some good storytelling right here of this flashback, and he's explaining a little bit of the history here. It is said that or excuse me, to make a long story short, after his master died, they say that the loyal Ratatoskr came to possess the weapon Ragnir, and it awaits his master's return, or so the legend goes. So okay, so in the ancient past, the original sun god Nika had a conflict with a giant, and this same squirrel with the same ancient weapon. Yes, okay. It's finally made its. Oh, excuse me, but it seems Ragnir is no longer acting as a guardian for the fruit's power. It's finally made its choice. And then we got. I'm sorry, I almost missed that. It's Chopper looking on in with a shocked face. Oh, okay, I see where we're getting with this. So he's explaining from the flashback that Ragnar made its choice with being Loki because Loki is the chosen one to eat the fruit, and where we got with the flashback and all of this. Excuse me again. And not and it's funny that I just said this, and now it's saying down here in the panel it chose Loki. Roar, and he's he's flying around chasing the bless me. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still reading the chapter. He's chasing these monster dream monsters from Killingham's ability, and it looks like he's charging a mouth beam. Damn, he's just frying them with the freaking mouth beam. Holy smokes. Oh shoot, I'm scrolling down the panel. I see Luffy and the squirrel on the back riding on his head. Hold on, I see a named attack in this monster panel. Whoa. Man, Loki's just blasting it. And this ain't no Spiral the Dragon stuff either, man. Holy cow. Let me look up this attack, this name, because it's kind of hard for me to read this. Hold on. Throughheim. Okay, Throughheim. Damn, he just incinerated all the dream monsters. Okay, I see we got a panel here. It looks like I'm scrolling down. Shoot, there's Emu possessed Gunko, and she's down here, I guess, still flying around. I don't know where Brook is. We haven't even seen him this chapter. He must be wherever he's still back at. And Emu's looking dead on at what it's seeing here, because it must see what's going on here with Loki seeing him flying around. Okay, I see a panel here on the left that I did not read. That's underneath the squirrel and Luffy and the squirrel on the top of Loki's head, and Imu's looking through Gonku's eyes, same eyes. So that is the Nahog. It was here. It was here all along. Oh man, so Emu knew Emu knows of this power. It must be. Yep, I see where this is going because Emu's threatened by this power that Loki possesses with this dragon ability, this dragon fruit or devil fruit that he has. It was here all along. A quick a quirk or yeah, a quirk of fate. And that's the end of One Piece chapter 1175. A color spread. Okay, that sounds cool. Color spread and cover coming next week. So no, there's not going to be a break. Okay, so there's no break next week. That's awesome. So we're going to get another chapter right after this one. Man, what a chapter. All right, you all. To scale this chapter on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm rating this a 9, okay? From the mere fact from what I think for me seeing Luffy go in for the punch on Summers like that, that's what did it for me because he deserved that. And also that was kind of funny the way Luffy kind of came in there and was introducing Zoro as being the one who's stopping his thorns. But I'm kind of curious, is Summers out for the count or is he going to get back up and he's going to be livid? I don't see Luffy and him fighting. I just don't. I just see Luffy stopping him, and they're probably going to end up confronting Gunko and hit the possessed body at some point because he's looking dead on, or it's looking dead on at Loki, Luffy, and Ragnar the squirrel flying around where they just went to and zapped all the Loki launched a huge mouth beam or fire or whatever it was, and it just obliterated all those dream monsters from Killingham's ability. And the flashback, this little hit of a flashback of Gabon recognizing Loki as being the one to have the chosen power of Ragnar, and that huge lore we got from Jarul explaining it in that little glimpse of that flashback with Shanks and Gabon standing there and them recognizing Loki as being the one that Ragnar's chosen. That was kind of interesting too. Wow. So the sun god Nika and the giant dragon and the ice squirrel I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember that name. Ratatoskar are all together once again. Yeah, this was a great chapter, and I have nothing else to say about it. I mean, there's just so much to go over. Like, wow. All right, you all. I'll see. I think we're gonna end it here. I'm expecting next chapter. We're probably gonna get maybe some kind of dialogue with Emu speaking to Gunko to more reaction to seeing. I forgot to add that too. Also made this chapter is Emu recognizing the fruit was there, and he knows of that fruit. And we as the readers, we in the story, we know that this is an ability that poses a threat to him and the Holy Knights too, because it can break Like, I mean, look at what happened to Harold's dad. It has the power to break the immortality or the contract of that ability that Emu possesses. Um, wow. I mean, I don't want to say all the way, but it was able to defeat and kill Harold, unfortunately, because he was just unstoppable. But anyhow, not to keep going back to the flashback. Yeah, I'll leave it with that, you all. This was a very good chapter. And I'll leave it as that. Today's the day of salvation. Believe that Jesus Christ died, he then was buried, and he rose again on the third day for your sins, according to the scriptures. If you believe that, you're saved and sealed until the Holy Spirit, a promise until the day of redemption. Salvation is a free gift, for it is by grace that you are saved through faith, and it is not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. That's Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9. So we'll see you all next week for the next chapter. And I hope that you all have a good rest, blessed of your evening or morning or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this, and you have a good rest of your weekend and week ahead of us. And you, God bless and take care. Saranada and God bless and